on Udonis Haslem night, for shame, Miami Heat. For shame. You have a night last season of the captain, 20 years in the game, and that's the effort you put up in the second half. I mean, to get the doors blown off you is one thing, but to get the doors blown off you by a team that has been in a free fall is begging you, please, Miami Heat, take this 6th seed. We want to be in the play-in. We're losing left and right. We can't win a basketball game anymore. Please, take this game. And the Miami Heat swatted it away, which, by the way, is the only thing they swatted away because it certainly wasn't basketballs last night. And they get absolutely run off their own floor by the team they are trying to fend off to avoid the play-in. I mean, if that isn't just the cherry on top of this turd pie of an inconsistent season, I don't know what is. On Udonis Haslem night, for shame, Miami Heat, to have that kind of effort. And just not only to lose, it's one thing to lose this game. That would have been frustrating enough. If this would have been one of the staple clutch games that they've had all year, yeah, right, you're losing to a Nets team that, you know, you've been in a dogfight, with, you lose, you know, they're losing Ben Simmons now. Not that he's providing anything, but I'm just saying, like, if you just want to put another stamp on how their season had gone with all the losses of Kyrie, the losses of KD. This team had already beaten you in this version with Mikal Bridges looking like the greatest thing given to basketball. And by the way, this guy, he is the Heat's daddy now, all of a sudden. But to not even compete, to have the worst third quarter these eyes have laid upon this season. You know, I was reading this excellent story by Cooper Moorhead coming in. All these anecdotes about Udonis Haslem. And it was a joke in this, a joke pulled by Bam, where he had left Depends at one point in Udonis Haslem's locker. Pissed Udonis Haslem off, didn't find it very funny. And never had been able to find the culprit up until Bam had revealed it in that article to Cooper. And ironic that is one of the funniest moments of the story. And the Heat, they come out there and poop the bed, poop themselves in this game. I came into this game on Udonis Haslem night, by the way, for shame. So goosed up. You know, I was boots on the ground at practice the other day, and you could see the twinkle in Spo's eye. You could see Bam Adebayo. He's talking about his guy, Udonis Haslem. You got a big game. You just had one of your emotional wins of the season. You beat the Knicks. D. Wade in the building. Jimmy Butler jawing back and forth with everybody. And you come into this game against the Nets team that had lost, by my count, let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, ready to just pack up the tent for the season. And you have a fun first half. You know, you lighten it up willy-nilly. You know, scoring nearly 70 points. Max Strus having one of his best performances in a long time. Can't miss. But you're not really getting away from him, which was a little discouraging. And you come out here and you give that many points in the first half. You have 69 points, and you follow that up with 31 in the second half. Like that? What? That's what you give? You get outscored 39-18 in the third quarter. You give up. You come back. All right, can you make a little run-ski in the fourth? Nope. Get outscored 25-13. What is that? You're getting lit up by Dorian Finney-Smith, lighting you up from downtown in the third quarter. You know, alley-oops left and right. Just no resistance, no guts. And on Udonis Haslem night, for shame, I came into this night so goosed up, ready to celebrate UD. That section they had, that section 305, what a job the marketing team did. That thing, was a piece of art. Just Udonis Haslem art all over the place. And just beautiful. They gave jerseys to everybody there. And this is what they did on Udonis Haslem night. For shame. And And I come into this night, goose to the gills, and you leave me with goosey blue balls? This is what you do to us? What is that? And look, I can't sit here and say I'm surprised. This is what this team has been. A Jekyll and Hyde, not only from game to game, but as we have seen from quarter to quarter. This thing has been a frustration all season. Why every game is close? Every game they get down big, or every game they get up big, they will blow that lead. That has been a testament of this team all season. Any teams that they get back big, typically they'll get back into a clutch game. I would say the identity of the season has been, holy crap, I have aged, because there's been a ton of close games. But I will say, the duds after the All-Star break have been a lot more duddy. And this one really just takes the cake. I mean, look, there's been embarrassing losses all season. The Spurs and the Pistons. And there's been, I suppose, more embarrassing losses. But to lose a game, a critical game like this, in that way, in that fashion, on Udonis Haslem night, for shame. It's hard to fathom. It's not surprising because, again, this is what they've been, but it's hard to fathom, dude. It's hard to wrap your mind around coming out like that. This was a SPO after the dud.
No, I would say, I don't know, we have not been defending at a world-class level the way we're capable of. Tonight, even in the first half, they were moving our defense and they had some open looks. They just missed some. They had wide open looks with some quick ball movement, quick slips, just high motor, stuff, and did a good job of finding the open guy and not missing moments. And then the second half just became an avalanche. From there, and it didn't necessarily matter what scheme we were in. We were just not doing it, to the level that we're capable of. And that doesn't even guarantee you anything. It's just I've seen us defend with much better discipline, communication, precision, and effort. We didn't have enough of that consistently, throughout the last three quarters, really, for the most part. And they just did a tremendous job of moving the ball and making quick decisions, and then they knocked down, tough shots.
Oh, I mean, they were nailing everything. They completely blew the doors off of Miami. And a night that is supposed to, on Udonis Haslem night, for shame. But also, not only UD night, but this was supposed to be almost a weekend of South Florida basketball celebration, a coronation, if you will. You talk about, you got the mother bleeping Florida Atlantic, FAU, Hoot Hoot Owls in the Final Four. You got the Canes, you got the Lady Canes, both vying for spots in the Final Four later on today. Good luck to them both. And you have this night that is supposed to celebrate an icon. And couldn't have set up better for you. You got a big game. You could really solidify yourself in the playoffs and not have to be in the play-in. And the Nets are rolling into town, beat up, battered, losing like crazy. And, all right, you play this run and gun style. You get off to, but just completely had no fight in them after the floodgates opened in this one. It was really, really disappointing to watch. Really, really disappointing to see that kind of effort. Again, can't say it's surprising. I'm not going to say it's surprising. And I'm not saying they can't bounce back from this. But if you want to just talk about disappointment and just disgust with this on Udonis Haslem night, are you effing kidding me?